Right, fellas. Oh. It's always good to come home to a box full of beer. I'm struggling for room in here because we've been doing some things, which we'll come to in a minute. But I'm going to run through this box. This box is always a joy to receive. It's from Beers of Europe. I'm just going to run through the next glut of review beers. A can from Northern Monk Brewing is their Communion Pale Ale. The second can is a Rascal Brewing Company Big Hop Red Bold Irish Beer. Another Irish Boundary Push and Pull Tontine Milk Stout brewed by Cameron's. So we all know what he's doing now. He's not president. Victory Brewing Company Summer Love, and a Weird Beard Brewing Company's 5 o'clock Shadow, an American IPA 7%. So they're the beers that have arrived. They're the reviews that are going to be coming up in the coming weeks. Thank you very much, Beers of Europe. I'm going to get these in the fridge and then make a bit of space because we're going to continue working in here. I'll show you what we've been doing.
Crystal. Where'd she go?
Well, this is something you don't see often, fellas. Harry's brewing at home. Oh, so we're catching up with Harry. What are you brewing up? Punk clone?
Yeah, I'm doing the original Punk IPA clone recipe from the Brewdog's DIY dog.
So while he's doing that, we were busy last night. Came into the brewery. Harry was dicking around with a fridge that he picked up for nothing. It was free. It was a little bit one of them zappy ones, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, we fixed it though.
But Harry's fixed it, of course, and halfway through fixing the fridge, he managed to put on like 4 or 5 rolls of cheese at the same time. But we're in a bit of a disarray in here at the minute. We have been tinkering, bit of sandpaper, bit of wipes, had the old drill out, and a bit of wiring. A bit of frigging wiring been happening. So what I'll do is I'll shut the power off to this control panel. So now we're dead. I'll just show you what we're frigging done in here. Now, for God's sake. What?
You had a rat in there.
Oh, Harry. So the new addition to the control panel is this little transformer box, which has been wired in, and there are 2 cables coming in for something which we'll show you in a second, and we're just waiting on a few bits before we finish off this little project. But you know how I've been having trouble with the pumps, one in particular where the threads for the housing threaded out so it wasn't tightening up and making a seal. Well, they're off. I was talking to Harry yesterday actually about this and how we can't believe we sort of put up with them for this long. Yeah, but this impeller doesn't come away from here, so you can't actually clean it all that well. So, because it can't come out, you're having to try your hardest to get in the back of there to clean it. Run cleaner through it, leave it running. It's an absolute ball ache, and I guess as well they're not technically food grade, so all that was happening, and you know I've been having trouble with them. So I've said many times over the past months I need to sort this pump situation out, and I just haven't got around to it. But surprise surprise, we're friggin' daunted it. So these are the same pumps, exactly the same pumps that Harry's rocking at home. They come in this little package here, which you can reseal like a block of cheese, you know, in case you don't finish one in one sitting. But they are the T092, that's the rating of them, not the model. So the food grade, and they're not waterproof, are they? I think they're just water resistant.
I'm not sure what IP rating are on them, but if you have a look on the back, the electrics they are resin sealed.
Yeah. So the good thing about these now is that Oh, I drilled the hole a bit too big as well, so I've had to dick around with some whatchamacallits. But let's just take off the front, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me just loosen it so I can. There we go. Alright, we're loosened. So there's no screwing like I had to do before to screw the housing off the, the face off the housing. These just unscrew like so, and you have your little so that's what you get, that unscrews, which has a little spindle, which Harry's told me to be very gentle when putting it down because it just snaps off. So that comes off for easy cleaning, and then this just pulls straight out, so you can clean that thoroughly, absolutely clean it thoroughly. And then inside here, there we go, inside there is a sealed unit. There's nothing in there, so you can blast it out, get it nice and clean, sanitize it, and then put it all back together again, and it just seals on this gasket. The wiring from these did have on them these little jack ports. I cut them off and just wired them into some lighting cable, which now runs up the side here, comes through here, and these will go into the dimmer switches, which haven't arrived yet because they're dicking me around, but these will go into the dimmer, and then we'll have wire from the dimmers go into the transformer, and friggin' rights. But if I turn on the power without zapping myself, so the main power now to the unit, see that little LED light down there, and if I flick this switch on the front of the control panel, we have power. So I've wired it up right, friggin' rights to that. Turn her off, and she starts to dim, obviously, and goes out. That's where we are at the minute with it. So what I've done is, to get power to that little transformer, instead of wiring it hardwired into the control panel, because the control panel's on all the time, I don't turn it off because the fermentation fridge is hardwired into the control panel. So obviously if I turn this control panel off, the fridge would turn off. So the way I'm going to isolate that and the pumps is, instead of hardwiring it into the control panel, the buzz bars, I've just took the first pump lead back through, cut it to size, wired it onto that, and then sent an earth to the earth buzz bar in this control panel, so it's all earthed. So it means that now pump 1 is not for pump 1, pump 1 is for all the pumps and for that little box, so I can turn it on and off. The reason why I've done that as well, because it's easier to do. Round the window here, what I'm hoping to do is to get the LED strips that you can get on the roll. I think Jay Corey's put them in his brew shed, and I'll wire them into that little box as well if it takes it. And then if I want the lights on, I just turn on that, the lights come on. The pumps obviously aren't running because they'll be on the dimmer switch. Then when I've done, I just turn her off. Friggin' rights. But luckily I've left a tiny farting space here, which I'm going to hopefully get the dimmer switches there, pump 1 and pump 2. But that's what we've been friggin' doing. The only thing I need now to complete this is the dimmer switches, which are coming. They were meant to come Thursday, it's now Saturday and they haven't arrived, and some 1/2-inch Gecko fittings to go straight onto the pump, because I mean, when I got the pumps to set up this electric brewery, the pumps were sort of like a last minute thing. Picked the cheapest thing I could find, which were the washing machine pumps, and then to get them to get the pump to pipes, I had to cobble together this, which has so many different reducers and adapters to get it from pipage to plastic, that every little nook and cranny in there is a harbourer of friggin' bacteria that you can never get clean properly. I mean, I've had it to bits before, cleaned it, put it back together, it's a ball ache. But now we've gone from that, from the front, to just going to be having 2 fittings. So that's it, fellas. So as always, don't forget to thumb up the video because I don't want to do. Don't forget to subscribe. So the red button down here that says subscribe. Click it. We'll give it a next share the video. Good night. I'll see you until next time. I'm out of here. Woo!